This is day 14 of watching every movie on IMDb's top 250 list, and today was The Matrix. I just finished it. This is not my first time watching the movie. I watched the movie like, I want to say 10, 15 years ago, maybe, right? A while back, probably a decade ago, to be honest. It's been a minute. And I forgot how complex the movie was. Actually, at the time that I watched it, I didn't understand much. I was just watching the movie. I watched the movie. I enjoyed it. There were cool scenes, plain and simple. Obviously, now at an older age, and obviously since I'm doing this series, I wanted to understand what I was watching. And it's a very complex movie. For me, complex is a bit too much, but it resonates a lot with kind of today's world per se, right? AI is a big thing, right, nowadays. And one of the correlations that people make with AI nowadays is that, oh, since we rely so much on AI, eventually something bad might happen and AI might take over, because there's movies from way back when, which this movie is an example. I think it was made in 99 or something like that, right? And it kind of warns that AI at some point in the future will take over. And this is what this movie's portraying, which a lot of other movies have, and a lot of other movies that came out around the time that The Matrix came out of in 1999, in the early 2000s, maybe early 90s, late 90s. All those movies, shows are saying that, oh, AI eventually, and mind you, this was back then. Back then, they thought at that point in time, they thought, I remember, I think I saw like some pictures that people in the 80s and 90s thought right about now we would have flying cars, right? So they were predicting this back then, and now AI is a is a known thing in society. Like, it's people are using AI for everything, for work, what food they should eat, what workouts they should do, what gas to put in this car. Should I take this job? My relationship is this is happening in my relationship. What should I do? This, that, and the third. People are using AI for everything, and the Matrix pretty much portrays that without AI, at least at the time, without AI, humans could not do anything. And now AI is using humans as a food source, pretty much. The humans thought that AI was using the sun as a source, but I guess they were in the movie. I guess they were. Then obviously humans destroyed the sun and everything went to hell. And now AI are using humans as a food source themselves. They humans die, they like melt their bodies, and then they feed it to other humans so they could stay alive. And I think like the body heat of humans, something like that, body energy or something like that, helps AI live or something along those lines, right? Basically, it's like a recyclable thing, and then they grow humans on top of that. Wow, very complex movie, and I actually liked it. The fact that the reality that you know is not real, the reality that you know is fake, right? You're dreaming. You're literally dreaming. You're dreaming of a perfect life per se. Actually, it's not perfect for everybody, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's perfect for everybody, but you're dreaming. And what Neo found out, he just felt like something wasn't right. And Neo was a hacker. And AI is just data, basically, right? So, which comes back to the premise that anything data-wise or anything online or anything that's paperless is hackable to some sense. And Neo kind of found something called the Matrix. Didn't know what it was, but he found it, right? I don't remember how they described that he found it, but I'm guessing hacking something, because Neo was a hacker, this, that, and the third, and then he found something called the Matrix, but obviously doesn't know what it is, and gets contacted by Morpheus, who's outside of the dream world that Neo is in, contacts him, and then eventually gets Neo out of the dream and gets him on the ship. and obviously trains him, gets his muscle and arms working, and tells him the whole truth. And Neo does not accept that the reality that he was just in was not real. And to be fair, but okay, so a, a question that arose is that while they were eating, the group of guys and one lady, or just the members of the ship, the question that they asked while they were eating food that just tastes like nothing is it really worth it for you to be in reality, or should you have just stayed in the dream? If I'm being honest, right, if I'm looking at it logically, I was just stay in the dream. Like, if I don't know anything else that's happening and I'm living in the now, why would I care about anything else outside of that? And yes, you might say it's better to be in reality than be in a dream. While that may be true to a certain extent, the reality that they were in was horrible. They were eating food that had no taste, or that tasted horrible. They were living lives that just didn't compare to the lives that they were living in the dreamscape, or in the dream world, right? And yes, the dream world is fake, but at some point, that dream was real. At some point, people were actually living that life. But obviously now they can't because of their own mistakes, right? So if you were to ask me would I want to stay in a dream, I would say yes. I don't care to go in real life and struggle and eat food that tastes like nothing. Have to sleep with one eye open with those like electronic octopus that were security that were doing security work, and I have to like I said, sleep with one eye open. It's not really a there's not really a bed. Food's horrible. Drinking is horrible. You're on the ship 24/7. Like, nah, bro, I'm good. Just put me back. I mean, put the tubes back in me. Pause, and get me to sleep, bro. Cause nah, bro. And towards the end, Neo is supposedly the one, right? And then he starts moving like crazy. He's moving super fast, and Agent Smith can't do anything about it. So they're all AI, and they just can't mess with Neo. I don't know what Neo the one means, right? Per se, I'm pretty sure they answer it in the other movies. But bro, Neo was moving basically, and eventually gets out, gets rid of Agent Smith, and the other two that were there, they run, and then Neo gets out, and well, we shall see what happens in the other movies. See you day 15 tomorrow.